Welcome to Z's podcast. This podcast talks of unequal distribution of wealth around the globe. 1% of the total world population has 50% of the global wealth or GDP. Source: Credit Suisse, cited by Forbes and Guardian in the year 2019. In Jan 2019, Oxfam reported that the world's 26 richest individuals own as much as the poorest 50%. World's richest 1% get 82% of the wealth, reported by BBC citing Oxfam. This one is about India. Wealth of India's richest 1% is 4 times the total for the poorest 70% people. Source: Oxfam. Some quick facts on global inequality. The world's richest 1% have more than twice as much as wealth as 6.9 billion people. So almost half of humanity is living on less than $5.5 a day. Only 4 cents in every dollar of tax revenue comes from taxes on wealth. The super rich avoid as much as 30% of their tax liability. Every day, 10,000 people die because they lack access to affordable health care. Each year, 100 million people are forced into extreme poverty due to healthcare costs. This one is about inequality in the United Kingdom. The share of income going to the 1% richest households has nearly tripled in the last 4 decades. The source is Guardian, citing IFS review analysis of the Family Expenditure Survey and Family Resources Survey for various years between 1961 to 2010. A really strong upward trend shows the enormous growth for the 1%. This is what pushes the 99% towards poverty through the process of ever-rising inflation. The Greek philosopher Plato said that extreme poverty and excessive wealth are the product of great evil in the society. Another unforgettable quote by Plato was that poverty is the mother of all crime. This chart presents inequalities of income in the United States. The black curve presents the downward trend in the income of bottom 50% population in the United States, and the red one presents the rising trend for the top 1% between 1980 to 2015. It's a credible source. Citing With World, EML UC Berkeley presented this chart about total growth of income by percentile across the world between 1980 and 2016, wherein the bottom 50% captured a mere 12% growth, whereas the top 1% captured a 27% growth. Global top 1% population captured twice as much growth as the bottom 50% since 1980. Source: EML UC Berkeley. This is what creates crisis of resources for the 99% masses of the world. And then a higher demand in the wake of the scarcity of resources inflicts the masses with inflation. There are some natural reasons for inflation too, such as a rise in the global population. However, there are devilish policies that steal away the purchasing power of the masses. The massive gap in the distribution of global wealth clearly concludes that the existing monetary policies have continuously failed. We ought to question everything about the monetary policies. It is this failure that led the masses to colossal inflation and poverty. This brings us to an important point: issuance of money, to be discussed in the next podcast. Thank you for being with us. Do type your feedbacks or questions in the comment box, and signing off for now. Goodbye.